Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to our online interview. My name is Katja Karba, and I'm representing the lead partner of the ESINERGY project, the local energy agency Pomurje from Slovenia. Today's interview is part of the ESINERGY project, which is co-financed by the Interreg Danube region program. The project focuses on reducing peak electricity loads and improving the flexibility of energy systems. In simple terms, we are looking at how to better manage energy demand, especially with the increasing share of renewable energy by using solutions such as battery storage, smart energy management, and better coordination between producers and users. Through pilot activities across different countries, the project tested different practical solutions and is now transforming these results into policy recommendations and also strategic approaches that can be used in other regions as well. This is also our last online interview within the project, unfortunately, and today we focus especially on how these pilot solutions connect to policy and how they can be transferred to countries that did not implement the pilot actions in the project. This is exactly why we invited today's guest, Ranko Lazovic from EcoFund Montenegro. EcoFund is a national environmental protection fund that, let's say, plays an important role in Montenegro by financing and supporting projects related to energy efficiency, renewable energy, and also environmental protection. So organization is closely linked to policy implementation as it helps translate or transfer national strategies into concrete measures on the ground. Ranko, thank you very much for joining us today. Before we start, I would also like to mention that all listeners are welcome to ask questions during the interview through our YouTube chat or comments. So let's begin. Ranko, could you briefly introduce your organization and explain how you are involved in energy policy or local energy planning in Montenegro?
Good morning from my side, and thank you for organizing this interview. Well, EcoFund was established in 2018 by the government of Montenegro, and our organization is actively engaged in promoting sustainable energy development and enhancing energy efficiency across Montenegro. We collaborate closely with the national institutions, municipalities, and other partners to support the development of effective energy policies and local planning processes. Our work includes project implementation and policy dialogue aimed at strengthening institutional capacities and encouraging the integration of renewable energy sources at both national and local levels. We contribute to building more sustainable, resilient and forward-looking energy system aligned with European energy transition goals. We are mainly funded by the eco fees and other eco charges such as CO2 taxes, but also state budget, grants and donations, and international funding.
Okay. Thank you, Ranko. It's very clear that your organization plays important bridge role, if I may say so, between the policy and implementation, especially this connection between national institutions, municipalities, and international partners is something we also see as essential in a synergy project. Now, to better understand the broader context in Montenegro, let me ask you the following. How important is the topic of electricity demand peaks and grid stability in Montenegro today?
Yes, this issue is becoming increasingly important in Montenegro energy landscape. While the electricity system remains relatively stable at the moment, growing demand and the gradual integration of variable renewable energy sources are changing system dynamics. To manage demand peaks and assuring grid stability, we therefore become more critical in the coming years. Proactive planning, particularly through flexibility solutions, demand-side management, and smart energy solutions will be essential to maintain reliability and at the same moment increase the share of renewable energy sources.
Yeah, that's a very realistic view, if I may say so. Even if the system is stable today, the pressure is clearly growing with higher demand and more renewables that we also detect during our analysis. And exactly this proactive approach you mentioned, planning ahead with flexibility and demand side solution, is something we try to address in this project as well. So let's now move a bit more to your experience with ESINERGY itself. The next question is, even though Montenegro did not implement a pilot solution, you follow the ESINERGY pilot activities very closely. So the question is, which pilot solution impressed you the most and why?
Yes, this ESINERGY project has been a great opportunity for us to cooperate with all 12 Danube region countries at the same moment, and it is for us significant experience. Well, the pilot solutions focused on energy flexibility and smart energy management were particularly interesting and noteworthy. The integration of battery storage systems with renewable energy sources supported by advanced control and monitoring technologies stood out as especially effective. These solutions demonstrated how a local energy system can dynamically balance production and consumption of energy, reduce grid stress, and optimize renewable energy use. Their scalability and adaptability make them particularly relevant particularly for smaller energy system like such it is the case in Montenegro.
Yes. This combination of battery storage with renewable energy and smart control system was really one of the key highlights of the project. And as you said, what makes it even more valuable is that it can be also applied in smaller systems, not only in large cities. And building on this, I would like to ask you a bit more about the broader role of these technologies. What did the project show about the role of energy flexibility, such as batteries, smart metering, or renewable energy integration?
This project highlighted the energy flexibility that the energy flexibility will be a cornerstone for future energy systems. Technologies such as battery storage, smart metering, and digital energy management platforms enable better alignment between supply and demand.
Yes, exactly. Flexibility is really becoming the backbone of the energy system. And I also find it very important what you mentioned about empowering users. This shift from passive consumer to active participation is a big change. So let's now look at how these solutions could actually work in Montenegro. The next question is, do you think similar solutions could work in Montenegro? In which sectors would they make the most sense?
Of course, these solutions are highly applicable and could deliver significant benefits. They are particularly relevant in sectors with high and variable energy demand, such as public buildings, tourism facilities, and commercial buildings. For instance, hotels and resorts could combine solar energy with battery storage to manage peak demand during the tourist season. Also, municipal buildings could adopt a smart energy management system to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and enhance local energy resilience.
Yeah, that's our very concrete examples. Thank you, Ranko. Especially tourism sectors is really interesting. Seasonal peaks are perfect case where these solutions can bring clear benefits economically and for the grid. So, of course, every implementation also comes with the challenges. So let's talk about that. What would be the biggest barriers to implementing such solutions in your country?
The barriers.
Yeah.
The primary barriers, from my point of view, are financial and also regulatory. Even if the regulatory framework has been significantly improved in recent years, it does not fully support these new flexibility solutions. And at the same time, initial investment costs for technologies such as batteries and smart systems remain relatively high. And also raising awareness and introducing supportive policies and incentives will be essential to overcome these challenges.
Yes, this combination of regulatory gaps and high initial cost is something we hear quite often. It really shows that technology alone is not enough, so the framework around it has to support it. That's why this brings us directly to the role of policymakers. So, as someone involved in policy discussions, what actions could national or local authorities take to support the uptake of these solutions?
For sure, national and local authorities play a crucial role in this process. Establishing clear, stable, and supportive regulatory framework that recognize and incentivize these flexible solutions is a key step. Additionally, targeted financial incentives such as subsidies or tax benefits or tax release can help reduce upfront costs. Supporting pilot and demonstration project is equally important as they provide practical evidence and build confidence among stakeholders.
Yeah, that's our very clear priorities. And of course, policies alone are not enough without good cooperation between stakeholders. The next question is, how important is cooperation between municipalities, energy agencies, utilities, and policymakers when introducing new energy solutions?
Definitely, cooperation is essential for successful energy transition. Effective implementation requires alignment between different stakeholders, municipalities, energy agencies, utilities, and also national policymakers. Such collaboration ensures that solutions are technically feasible, economically viable, and align with broader policy goals. It also facilitates knowledge sharing, reduces risks, and supports integrated energy strategies.
Yeah, completely agree. Without this kind of coordination, solutions stay fragmented, if I may say so. And as you said, it's not only about technology, about also aligning different interests and making the system work as a whole. So let's now look ahead into the future. What would be your recommendation for Montenegro if it wants to move towards more flexible and resilient energy systems?
Well, we should definitely continue expanding renewable energy capacities while investing in flexibility solutions such as energy storages, smart grids, demand response mechanisms. Supporting innovation through pilot projects and local initiatives is also important, as this provides hands-on experience and demonstrates the benefits of new technologies. In that sense, this project is excellent example how to present these new technologies and convince stakeholders that it is feasible in our local context. Also, strengthening institutional capacities and aligning policy with European energy trends will be key to ensuring a smooth energy transition.
Yeah, that's very balanced recommendation. Combining renewables with flexibility, but also focusing on institutional capacity and real-life pilot experience. And I think that combination is really a key. And finally, one last question about the broader perspective. How can international cooperation projects like our ESINERGY help countries without pilots still benefit from the tested solutions? What do you think?
International cooperation projects, and ESINERGY is one excellent example, play a vital role in facilitating knowledge exchange and sharing best practices. Even without direct pilot implementation, countries like Montenegro can learn from tested solutions, adapt them to local conditions, and what is most important, avoid common challenges. These projects also foster partnerships, enhance institutional knowledge, and open opportunities for future collaboration and funding new projects.
Yes, exactly. And this is really the core idea of the ESINERGY, not only testing solutions, but also making sure that others can learn from them, cooperate, adapt the solutions, avoid repeating the same challenges. So, Ranko, thank you very much for your time and for sharing your ideas with us today. It was really valuable to hear your perspective and insights, especially from a policy and implementation point of view. Now, let's take a quick look if we have any questions from the audience. Just a second to check. No, I don't see any question. So if there are no further questions, we will slowly close today's session. For more information about the ESINERGY project, you can visit our project website, where all key documents and results are available. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, where we regularly share updates and insights. I would also like to invite all of you to our second webinar, which will take place on 20th of May from 11 to 12:30. During this webinar, we will present our final free pilot activities, and we will also host representatives from other Danube projects, especially focusing on energy communities. More information and the registration link are available online. Check on LinkedIn and website. Thank you all for listening and for joining us today. And please stay connected with us through our communication channels. So I would like to thank you again and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.